A lot of talk about the NFL that they're still planning on releasing a schedule. It strikes me as a little ironic that this is a football season we've waited a long time for, where the Buffalo Bills are actually going to be relevant, and it might not even take place. How do you see it going?
The NFL has had a luxury that none of the other sports leagues have had, and that's being able to sit back without having to play throughout this whole thing and formulate a legitimate plan where something might work. Look, I do think it is optimistic to believe that the season won't be affected in any way, but I don't think it's optimistic to say they'll figure out a way to get it done, whether it's without fans in the stands, whether it's at 3 or 4 stadiums throughout the country. I think the NFL is too big, and I know it sounds crazy saying that based on what we're seeing shut down here, but the distance we have away, plus the advertising money that really floats the boat, the tickets that they're selling and the food that they're selling at these stadiums, they don't factor into the money that you're making in television and merchandising and things like that. I really do believe, maybe it's without fans in the stands, maybe it's at different stadiums, but when opening day is supposed to happen, it's going to happen.
No. Smart move. I think the NFL, NFL is so smart in announcing this now. Really, it's obviously something you could be upset about, but you're afraid you might not get football because of this whole pandemic. So you're not going to argue about it. Like, here we are, how many weeks away from the draft, and we're hungering for the draft, and we can't even tell you that any of the people will be there sitting at a table, being able to hug their mom, their dad, their agent, their family, putting on a hat. They might be video conferencing that just like we're doing this show. But look how smart the NFL is deciding, you know what, we're going to make a change, but you're not going to be upset about it because it's sports news and you're so hungry for sports news and there really isn't any debate. Plus, you get another team in, it just makes everybody happier. Somebody's going to be happy because their team got in.
You know, those stadiums sit empty a lot of the season. Does it make more sense, you think, to kind of trim the schedule or to push it back? I mean, do you see the NFL like having its Super Bowl in early April?
Football, you don't need it. You can play it in any weather. And if you really, really had to, there are so many stadiums that are capable of hosting NFL games, you could move it down south and do it that way. You're right, Bill. If they decided they were going to start the NFL in November, they could make it work. I mean, the offseason is so long, you could trim the fat in some of that. I do think you cannot have a season without 16 games. What am I talking? O.J. Simpson now. Without 16 games, I mean, it would just make everything. It's already lose a game or two, you might be out of it. If you trim it to 14 or 12 games, we would be absolute insanity.
Smart move, because here's the thing. They're in the best position schedule-wise. I mean, here we don't know where we're going to be 30 days from now, let alone 3 months from now. They could decide to push the schedule back and finally get that Super Bowl Sunday closer to President's Day, which is what they've always wanted to do anyway. So this could work to their advantage. The people hurting right now are baseball, NBA, NHL. I don't want to even say it. I'll just let time roll out with the possibility of what it's going to roll out. But there is a worst case scenario for the 2020 season.